Gundam.tk presents Unicorn Gundam. Hey, what's up everybody, it's Robert184 from Gundam.tk, and today I'll be taking a look at the ver.Ka Master Grade Unicorn Gundam from the soon-to-be-released OVA series, Gundam Unicorn. So the last kit I put together was not made by Bandai, it was Kotobukiya, and it was a bit disappointing. But I wonder, is this going to be a slightly disappointing Bandai kit? This kit was released in 2007. At the time the OVA hadn't been announced, it was only a serialized set of novels. And there's the full name, and this kit sells for 5,000 Japanese yen, or you can call it $50 US. So the box is typically understated, as is usual, for Katoki Hajime versions, and then you get some information on the Gundam, including the fact that it has a height of 21.7 meters. So this is going to be one of the bigger Gundams on my shelf for sure. They do give you all the parts. It says here for the Psycho frame when you put it into the destroy mode. It shows the weapons, including a bazooka, the rifle, 4 beam sabers with 2 blades, and then you're going to get the shield, and there is a fantastic shot of the Gundam Unicorn in destroy mode and in unicorn mode, and you'll notice that this is incredibly deckled up, which is something that I'm going to have to choose. And then they show you very few nice looking pictures with showing off all the decals. But I remember with ver.Ka kits is that it's sort of unsatisfying that this is all you get to see about the model before you put it together. On the other side of the box you just get some information about the story, and it talks about how this takes place in 0096, which is after the movie Char's counterattack. Now one thing I should mention is that this is a transforming mobile suit, and that this is the unicorn mode. And I remember when the novels came out there was a lot of promo art, etc. in Gundam Ace, and everybody said, "Whoa, that is probably the ugliest and most boring Gundam ever. It's just big white, it doesn't have a V fin, it just has a single, well, unicorn head, and there you go, there you get the name from it." But then all of a sudden, in later months, we saw this kind of image appear in Gundam Ace, where all of a sudden, wow, that incredibly boring, awful looking Gundam transformed into this awesome one, which would become called Destroy Mode. And so if it was just this, I don't think they would ever have made a master grade kit of it, or any kits at all, because I don't think anybody would have cared. But as soon as you get this kind of design, well, I'm really curious to see how this looks all put together. Once you crack open the box, I was pleasantly surprised to see that you're going to get 2 full plates of clear red pink kind of parts, which are all going to go on the inside of the frame and be used when you transform this Gundam from its unicorn mode to its destroy mode. You're also going to get blue parts, and those are used very, very sparingly, mostly in the feet. You're going to get a different color blue, and those are used in the ammo packs. And after that, you're just going to have 1 dark sprue, and then gray and white for the rest. So you're really going to get the effect that this is an all-white Gundam, especially when it's in unicorn mode. Now the manual of course looks good, as to be expected from ver.Ka kits, and when you open it up, you're going to get a shot of the Unicorn Gundam in destroy mode, which is of course its featured mode, really the only one people care about. And then they're going to show you some really nice shots of the kit inside, some very nice line art. They always do a good job with that. Then they go on over here to talk about the story a little bit more, including the Universal Century timeline with Londo Bell, Char's Rebellion, Neo Zeon, etc. As far as plates go, you're going to have up to P plates, including 2 beam sabers on a small separate plate. And then once you go inside, typically clean, easy to read, and understand and assemble instructions. That being said, this, because it's a transforming Gundam, is more complex probably than any Gundam except for the Master Grade Zeta 2.0. Of course, I'm keeping perfect grades out of this equation. But when you're building this, I think you're going to want to pay a lot of attention, and I'll tell you why later. At the back of the book, you're going to be able to fold this out, and you're going to have 3 or 4 pages of instructions on how to transform the Gundam. And then at the back, you're going to get a whole bunch of pages, and I'm glad that they do this in color, where they show you all of the parts and where to put all of the decals, seals, and markings. And there are a lot. Now the seals and decals are the star of almost any Katoki Hajime build kit. And, well, these ones are very standard, but I was disappointed to see that when you open up the V-fin, it's stickers instead of yellow parts. So you're going to want to paint that if it looks good. Regular eye stickers and parts here for the cameras and for the eyes of the Unicorn Gundam. But here's where it gets a little bit crazy. So here we have the marking seals, and you have tons of them in red and black, and those are going to go all over the otherwise all-white body of the Unicorn Gundam, and they do look really good when you open it up and the Psycho frame. I've seen this Gundam put together in hobby shops with all of the seals on, and I have to say they look fantastic. But the fact that there's about maybe 200 here, I just don't have the patience to put these on right now, so I'm going to see how it looks all white. But that being said, it certainly would add something if you have the patience and the skill to go ahead and do it. Now, something that I have to complain about, although I know it's my fault, is for those of you who have been following the site, after I built my Master Grade Exi, I broke off a yellow part on the chest, and that led me to actually read up about how to order missing parts from Bandai. And before that, I built how many models, and I've never broken anything before. But after Exia, I don't know what happened. When I was building this Unicorn Gundam, I broke 3 parts. And actually, I broke 2, so I sent away for them, and then when I got those 2 parts, I broke another part. So this kit, actually, I built most of it a month ago, but I had to get 3 parts, and the parts I broke were the toe on the leg part. Then this is a part of the thigh, and you really need that for the transformation. I broke off a small nub here because I put it in the wrong way. And on the shoulders, the transformation is really not easy on the shoulders, and I broke off a white part here. So everybody who's putting this kit together, be very careful and read the directions. Double check everything before you do it, because this is not something that's easy to fix after the fact. So I'm going to wrap up part 1 there, but everybody stay tuned for part 2, because the Master Grade Unicorn is all put together, and I'll show you all the parts, and we'll compare the Destroy mode parts and the Unicorn mode parts, and I'll show you the transformation. So everybody stick around and stay tuned for lots more reviews. www.gundam.tk